We shall build up to that today and every day live on talkSPORT. So, Mr. Martin Keown, another Derby Day win for Arsenal, 3 consecutive victories on the bounce. I mean, Martin, when you look at it from the perspective of being a title contender, is there anything more beautiful than an ugly statement win?
You know, when you look at Arsenal you've got to look at over a period of time. I think the last 10 away games, they've scored 30 plus goals and they've only conceded, 3 goals? It's quite remarkable what they're doing away from home. And I think that's when you see the ingredients. I think people were for many years saying it was a soft underbelly. I see none of that now. I see a toughness, a determination. I see a desire. It's all there. Okay, they could have created more, but Spurs is a difficult place to go to. We talked about them finishing in the top 4. They created opportunities. They dug in. There were 2 players missing. So this is a demonstration of the squad, of what they're capable of. I thought Timber coming in, Jim was another one of those same DNA, tough, physical player, getting fitter, and he showed some gears.
So as you say, that soft centre accusation from the past,
it's all
gone. Is that gone?
Listen, Arsenal are back in the fight now. It's like it was before. I see lots of similarities. It's like Land of the Giants with the players. Big physical presence. No Declan Rice, no Odegaard. They dug in. Jorginho's coming in, smart player, positioning himself well. They look really effective. Trossard as well. Smith Rowe gone to Fulham. Disappointed to see him go. Continues to play well, but Trossard, look how well he's done for Arsenal. Martinelli as well. The work rate, which was picked out during the commentary, was first class.
There was a bit of criticism about in-game tactics, slowing it down. Did you pick up on that?
I don't see anyone complain when Man City do that. Man City do it. Of course they do it. They slow it down until they're ready to play at their pace. They control things. They hardly. I mean, it wasn't a lot between the 2 teams, but you could see that it never felt like Spurs were actually going to win the game.
Yeah,
they don't seem to have the conviction. They don't seem to have the belief. And there's a little bit of a problem for them right now. But I do see that once they start to, Solanke hits the back of the net, things can open up for them. But Arsenal demonstrated, Jim, that they're certainly in the right mood and they have the ability to go all the way with City this year.
When I see 3 little emojis of the little man snoozing, did you think it was a bit of a BOREFEST?
I did, yeah.
That was on your Twitter feed, wasn't it?
I did. I thought it was a bit of a bomb. But then I'd watched games over the weekend like Everton versus Aston Villa that were exciting and entertaining games. I didn't think this was particularly that. But what I thought it was a very savvy performance from Arsenal. A very result-orientated performance. And to win at Spurs, irrespective of what shape Spurs may or may not be in, is a very good result. The argument about the North London derby and the mechanics of it and how Ange Postecoglou doesn't get it is just nonsense. What he gets is the fact that if you were to lose Arsenal twice in the league and yet still win the league, no one would complain. That was his overall perspective. I think Arsenal were a very structured and organised side. Was it easy on the eye? Was it entertaining at times? No, I didn't think so. But that's me being a purist. But it doesn't matter. Arsenal's job was to win this football match, and that is the makings of a side that will be pushing those that are going to be above them, if there is going to be any above them, all the way. And that's what you want in the Premier League. You want a competitive Premier League with as many sides as you possibly can, being very effective, and Arsenal are an effective side.
Well, Emmanuel Petit will join us for the last hour today, and we shall hear more on the Arsenal situation at the moment. As Martin says, the Arsenal soft centre accusations from the past, seemingly they have gone. But what about Tottenham and what about Postecoglou? Is the jury still out on Postecoglou? Conceding from set pieces still remains an issue this season, it would appear, and that was put to a prickly Ange post-match.
For some reason, people think I don't care about set pieces, and it's a narrative that you can keep going on for ages and ages. I understand that. Like I said, we work on them all the time, like we do at every other team. You know that they're a threat. As I said, for the most part, we handled them really well today, but we switched off for one and we paid a price. And you learn from that and you move on. But it is what it is, Matt. It's like, it's my burden to carry, mate, and I'm happy to do that. It's not like I've always said, for me, there's a bigger picture that's at play here that's much more important than the finer details of us getting to where we want to. And for us, the way forward is to try and turn the football we're playing into now into something meaningful.
Martin, when you listen to that, is he right? There's a bigger picture at play here. It's about us getting to where we want to be. I'm not sure that many Tottenham fans will buy into that this morning.
No, but he's trying to be calm. There is a problem, though, when it comes to set pieces. Vicario, the keeper, doesn't have any real presence. You know, is he going to have to buy a new keeper? Is he going to have to change that? It's a red flag, isn't it? Whenever
you're
play.
Not having Vicario.
It doesn't dominate the 6-yard box. You can lean on him. You can have players in and around him. It seems to really affect him. He was flapping at things early on. It was almost a very obvious thing. But Romario, the defender, aggressive, strong, World Cup winner, but he can't mark in the box. There are basics. If you watch closely, he's often got his back to the ball. He's handcuffing his opponent. And when he has to do it in a fair manner, which he did try to do, he gets a little bit of a shove, but he should be stronger there. He's an animal in any other situation.
Christian Romero.
Yeah. He gets bullied. And that's disappointing for the manager. He's got 2 good central defenders, Jim. We've got fullbacks that fly forward. They're trying to do it, but they haven't got the balance right, and they certainly haven't got set pieces right. They look very, very vulnerable every time they have a corner against.
Simon, how do you think Daniel will be about it this morning with Ange?
It's one game, isn't it? I think that ultimately the problem...
It's the game, though, in the eyes of many.
Well, yeah, but that's small-minded mentality. Again, I make the point, this argument last year about whether Tottenham wanted to lose a game so that Man City would win the league and Arsenal wouldn't, all that sort of stuff. His point is Tottenham's job is to be the best version of themselves and not to worry about Arsenal. And if they were to win the league, yet lose twice to Arsenal, like I just said, would Tottenham fans be complaining? Probably not. I think he's created a problem for himself by answering the question the way he did 6 months ago about defensive set pieces. I'm not sure there's a lot he can do about Romero in that particular instance because he was weak. Everything Gabriel was, he wasn't in a defensive capacity. A bit like Michael Keown was weak against Ollie Watkins for Everton when Aston Villa scored. Pathetic defending. I think if I was Martin, I'd have been looking at that going, what the hell was that? So I think there is an element of the players have got to take individual responsibility for their performances. And it's not necessarily a set-piece issue, but he's opened the door to set-piece criticism because he made it less important last year and he threw away a line which has been pulled at. What he meant was, I've got bigger fish to fry. I know I've got to fry this fish, but I've got other ones to fry as well. And it's been superimposed into, I don't care about set pieces, and that's what's going to come back and whack him in the face every single time a corner and a dead ball goes in and someone scores.
Well, he also said, usually in my second season I win things. Okay, Ange, go about it then. Win something. Can Postecoglou do what many have failed to do before him? And that is win something.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.